All right, boys, buckle up. We've got the younger generation here. They really don't give several you-know-whats, and we're going to have a good time today. Oh, let's get this party rocking.
Hey, yo, on my mama, fuck McDonald's. I'm finna crash into it on my mama.
This is a live picture. A car within the hour has crashed through a McDonald's restaurant in Southeast Portland.
You know, a bunch of people tell me...
Okay, so that was just kind of like a metaphor for how over it is the younger generation is. I honestly don't think that was a real video, but let's just use that as a metaphor. Anyways, I got my homie Chris here today, Mr. Goldfinger himself, and we're gonna have a good time, all right? We're gonna let this dude here set the tone, and let's have some fun.
Get a real job. A bunch of people say, go back into the trades, start working, bro. Stop making money on your phone. But why would I do that when I could bring this in just 3 days? That's my old weekly check as an electrician in New York City. Why would I go back to trading 60 hours a week where I make less money than doing what I'm doing and being able to bring this in 3 days selling digital products that I didn't even need to make myself? All I need to do is promote it on social media and make a fucking video. Why would I want to go back to waking up to an alarm, listening to a boss, and not having the freedom to do what I want? Why would I do that?
He's got an excellent point. I mean, seriously. There used to be one point in time where, actually using your hands and building a house and giving people electricity, you could possibly retire one day. I don't think this kid's tripping. I mean, Chris, what do you have to think about this, considering you're 10 years older than me? What do you think about this whole situation?
Look, I don't blame him, the first thing that comes to my mind is, if nobody makes the stuff or fixes the stuff or is useful in society, it's all gonna fall apart. But they're replacing us all with robots and AI anyway, so he's got a fucking excellent point. If I was him and I could hustle like that at his age, I'd be doing the same shit.
Yeah, legit. And like right here, check out this guy. This guy's awesome. This is this old grandpa guy, right? Listen to this one. He goes, when you read that 45% of people between 18 and 29 still live with their parents because young people today are facing more difficulties in today's economy, including being priced out of the housing market. That's a fucking joke. Then you read the women from The View's response, boo-hoo, get a job. But you wonder if they knew that 48% of Gen Zs held 3 or more jobs, indicating a staggering 93% of this generation are juggling multiple roles. And this is coming from somebody where, a lot of younger cats are like, get a grip, boomer. It's like, well, this guy seems like he's got a pretty good grip, and he's eating a chocolate chip cookie. I think he knows what he's doing. I mean, is this guy bugging out? Like Chris, you're a pretty successful cat, when you say, but you also know what it's like to be 25 and say fuck a regular life.
Yeah, man, I never made over $2,000 a month in my whole life until I was like 32 or 33 or 34. So first of all, for these bitches from The View, fuck these rich bitches. They are so out of touch with reality. Lucky them, but that's not the majority of people. And what he's saying about 45% of people living with their parents, guess what? In a lot of other cultures, that's fucking normal. In Muslim countries, in Asian countries. But that's because their standard of living is lower. So what's happening in America is every day that passes, our standard of living slowly degrades. So look, it's just a matter of necessity. Don't feel bad about it. It's normal in the rest of the world.
Holy shit, that was refreshing. Because I'm like, I hate living alone. Anyways, let's keep this party rocking. I agree with everything you just said. All right, let's keep this party moving. All right, so if you're new here, I'd like to read some of your guys' comments from previous videos. Keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, keep it funky. This is from the younger generation part 1 video that I did. This dude goes, people don't want to work if there's no reward, such as affordable housing, food, gas, activities, the rest of the bullshit. Oh. Unfortunately, our quality of life is diminishing each year.
Oh. Right.
Good look, everybody. Okay, here we go. We got a Gen X here on the next comment. This guy goes, I take absolutely zero offense of younger people bitching about how much life sucks. This guy did everything he was supposed to do for 20 years, okay? He's still at zero. Did anybody else hear that? He's still at zero. He goes, he can't in good conscience slag, harp on younger people for realizing how effed up the world is. But sympathies don't pay the bills. Welcome to hell. God, what's a fucking party, dude?
Yeah, straight up.
But he's got a point. So like, I feel like a lot of younger people, like their parents kind of, they're telling them one way, obviously, and that one way doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't. Maybe in some cases it does, or if you're fortunate enough to have a good partner, or if you live with your family. Who would have fucking thought? Anyways, let's keep it moving.
I think I'm at the point in this economy where I'm like, just buy it. I'm going to more debt. It doesn't really matter. If I want the $500 coffee machine, it's not really going to change my life because I already have no money.
She's 30.
We were talking about this before.
Yo, she's kind of, that's like, what do they call that? Doom spending
Right.
101. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, take a hit, right? Why not?
Yep.
Fucking blow it all. But I think there is a negative. Like, go ahead, ball out. Guilty. Guilty. I know we've been there a time or seven. Go ahead, do it up. But I think right now, like this year, 2024, at this time, by this time next year, a lot of you guys are going to wish you did not ball out. I honestly think you should be doing the opposite of balling out. Anyways, let's keep this moving. Oh yeah, Taco, you don't have to keep us both in frame because I'm going to use that as the frame. So just keep it on me if I'm talking, and then if he's talking, keep it on him.
He leans in so I can just
Sorry, I'll stay over here.
Okay.
half of his face is
My bad.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I guess-
All right. Anyways, this next one's funny as shit. I don't know if this is a skit or real life, but this mom is giving her kid turning 18 an eviction notice. I don't know if this is real,
Yo.
but I know a lot of parents pressure their kids to move out.
Sounds like my dad.
Yes. I feel sorry for you.
Seconds, bro.
How long did it take you to type this?
Oh,
Where did
it
you
took
go?
me 30 seconds, bro. You know, when your kid turns 18 and you give them a 30-day notice,
Yeah, I made
You
TikTok
can,
about that shit up.
That's crazy.
you can type a eviction
That's fucking
notice in
brutal.
like a minute or two. Aww. Baby excited. He's
Yo,
moving
she hit him
out.
with the aw. No. Dude, I don't know if that was like a skit or if it's real, but I'm not trying to laugh because I'm not sure if it's a skit or if it's real. But I do feel for people whose parents, like, I don't want to say that's bad parenting. They'll probably teach them some valuable lessons. But like, my parents didn't just kick me out of the crib. You know what they did? They stopped paying my phone bill and my car insurance and all my other bills and said, figure it out. On my 15th birthday, I had a big party, bunch of gifts. My parents loved me. It was awesome. And then in my birthday card from my mother, it said, P.S. I got you a job at Domino's. You start on Wednesday. She was teaching me responsibility. You could teach kids responsibility without just kicking them out of the fucking house. Chris, am I bugging out?
No, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I think that kind of structure, led you to give you some good skills to where you're at today. My parents gave me an allowance, but they made me do chores. They made me mow the lawn. They made me clean the house. They gave me like an allowance, and they made me separate it. So some of it was for clothes, some of it was for charity, some of it was for gifts, some of it was for school. They were in little plastic baggies, dollar bills, like with the marker on it for which, they kind of trained me. But when on my 18th birthday, my dad was like, look, you got to get out of the house or you got to fucking pay your way. And he's like, look, I want this house fucking clean every day. You got to do this, this, and this, or you got to get out of here. And he would throw trash in the sink and make me clean it up.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I don't think just kicking your kid out is necessarily the best route to go.
Right.
Anyways, here's some more comments. This one was rich. It's the typical slavery, modern day slavery here. This guy goes, today is cheaper than slavery. The slave owner, this is pretty nuts. We're going down a little bit of a rabbit hole here. Because the slave owner had to provide everything for his slave in order to maintain a strong slave capable of much work. If the slave was malnourished, the slave owner would get less work from the slave. This guy says slave about 1,000 times in this sentence. It's kind of he goes, if the slave got sick and died, the slave owner would have to spend more money to purchase another slave. This is fucked up, though. This kind of like it's real. If a job today pays less than the minimum amount required to cover all the bases, food, housing, clothing, the classics, then the employer is getting labor at a rate less than what it would cost him to maintain a slave. Wow, this is some deep shit. I don't think I actually read this in full. Okay. He goes, today, the prospective slave waits in line for said job. I don't think I need to say anything more than that. That's pretty fucked up. What do you think about that? Because you lived in another country for 10 years. Why don't you tell them about that?
I mean, it's bad. It's bad in other countries, but I hate to bring it back to the Industrial Revolution, but I will, because this is basically modern day slavery. Industrial Revolution, they give you just enough money to have clothes on your back, pay for your rent, get to and from work, and have food, and not a penny more. They engineered it so you basically didn't have shit. So I tell you what, they are basically screwing us more, like they said, than slaves and modern day slavery, Industrial Revolution period. So it's really bad now. And I'm 43, I've never seen it this bad in my entire fucking life. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah, anyways, this dude goes, we legit work more than a 14th century peasant and own less. Yeah, you know what? I see this as such a common thing. It's not like we're bugging out. You're not tripping out either. Or either, however you say that. Anyways, this person here, and again with the boomers, which I do understand a lot of older people in their 60s and 70s and 80s, why, I don't expect them to get it. I don't expect them to get it because they don't have to get it. Most of them don't have to work. And they're kind of set. I mean, there's a good amount of them out there that do see it, though. They see through the bullshit. They're on our side, okay? Anyways, sorry, because the last comment said they hate when boomers. Everybody's like, I hate boomers. It's like, believe it or not, some of them fucking get it. Anyways, keep this party moving.
So I'm just supposed to sit here for 40 hours a week for the next 45 years of my life? Only if you live for 45 more years.
So this is basically a bunch of people realizing that the 9-to-5 is bullshit. And I'm 34. Chris is nearly 10 years older than me. And since I was 17, I said, no fucking way. So this isn't anything new. I just think it's on a mass scale now.
Yep.
Which I'm kind of excited to see how this plans out. I mean, I'm ready for this party. Anyways, this guy is really over the 9-to-5. This dude's having a big epiphany here. This one's great.
I think I have officially decided to stop working 9-to-5, 5 days a week. I think I'm done. Like, we're told by like our parents and like people older than us that like this is just life, this is reality, and like you just have to accept it. Like, you're gonna work 5 days a week most of the day, and then you're gonna retire in your 60s. And fuck that.
5 days a week. Try like every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 2 jobs now. You have a 9-to-5, and then you have a 6 to 10.
Exactly.
If you're lucky. Sometimes even more than that. Anyways.
I don't know what
And
he's
like,
talking about.
even if you get to retire when you're 60, like, yay, like you're old, lazy, smelly, your dick barely works, you're practically becoming Joe Biden. So yeah, fuck that. Thankfully, and kind of unthankfully, my like best trait and maybe worst is I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll go sit on unemployment until I figure out something else I want. And when that dries up, then I'll just fucking figure it out. Worst comes to worst, I'll go bankrupt and I'll fucking move somewhere way cheaper than this country, close to the water, in a little fucking hut. But I'm 26, I got 4 years. So if I'm 30 and I still feel like this, then fuck, I'm cooked.
All right, I just want to say something really fast. Okay. One, I love how we're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. When I was 21, I thought when you were 30, you were dead. That's the truth. I really thought that. And it's actually, when you turn 30, you go, oh shit, this was a lie. So a lot of people still don't understand that lie yet. They're able to see through the 9-to-5, but they're not able to see the lie about age. just because a lot of people don't take care of themselves. It wasn't until I was like, yeah, I had success in my 20s, but 30s where it's really sink or swim. That's where you're either like, no, I got this shit, or if you have that mindset, which you probably won't, most people. What about you, Chris? When you turn 30, did your life get better or worse?
So yeah, it gets better. So look, you're not gonna have the answers in your 20s. You're just not, man. Like in your 20s, try as many things as you can. Do as much crazy shit that you want to do. Go to as many countries as you want. You should do it while you're young. Because when you hit 30, you have an instinct in you that's gonna wanna just get more serious about everything. Like, you know what? I need to start a family. You know, I need to start making money. So when you're 30s, you figure out what you're good at, and then by the time you're 40, you're a fucking pro at it. And in your 40s, you are rocking it, being a pro. So 20s, have fun. 30s, dial it in. 40s, bam, kill it at your job.
Yeah, penthouse in Vegas.
There you go.
All right. Or just a nice home with a good backyard. Either one of those. That's kind of my style. Anyways, this guy goes, I'm just saying, a lot of people were so conditioned to think that 30 is like, you gotta have it all together or you fucking suck. And to be fair, a lot of people end up just straight up giving up. So that's up to you. And I support you either way, brother. All right. But hanging out in the employment line, though, is only going to fuck my pockets up. So chill out on that. Anyways, this guy goes, this is an older gentleman, too. Looks like he's in his 40s as well. He goes, when you realize that working 2 hours of overtime every day is only a Band-Aid solution to your problem, but the same 2 hours in a simple side gig could mean financial freedom for life.
That's real.
Want more info? How many people, though, I'm going to say this for the 1,000th time. How many people want to go to work all day, get off, and then work some more? For free, usually. Usually your paycheck doesn't come for 3 years. If you're saying yes to that, then you're going to be all right. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, let's keep, or you could end up like, all right, I'm going to shut up. Let's keep this party moving. All right. Okay. This guy goes, look, kid, I had one job as a house painter that bought me a home with a 10-year mortgage, married with 5 kids, 4 weeks of paid vacation, 2 paid cars, deer hunting, a pension, a second wife, 2 girlfriends. Okay, he didn't say that part. He goes, insurance for everybody. I know more than one of what I wrote. Okay, he's confusing me here. He's 57, Gen X, and it sucked for a lot of us, and seeing what his 29-year-old daughter is going through really sucks. Most folks are just slaves with Obamacare bronze plan and hope to live a reasonable life. Shit's going to break loose, and the sooner the better. So, in other words, think about how many people hate their fucking job, but stay there for the benefits. You know how many times I've heard somebody say, I got great benefits though. I go, do you? Do you have great benefits? I don't even have health insurance. And I feel like I have better benefits than most people at a corporate job. Anyways, shit. I think the recording stopped. Fuck. Anyways, I could be bugging out. You guys leave your thoughts. Anyways, this person goes, this is actually my friend Trevor. He goes, I've been saying suck it. My aunt died when she was 63 from cancer and just thought to herself 2 more years and she was supposed to retire and it's all done. From there on, I never believed in anything society said. You got to find a way to make money and live your life on your terms, not collect a check and rot. And I think a lot of people are waking up to that. Like, do you blame, like, Chris, do you blame the younger generation for wanting to fucking do it on their own?
Nah, man, they're absolutely right. Like, I mean, I'm like kind of a good example for not wanting to work. You know, I got to be honest, when I turned 19, 20, 21, I had to fend for myself. It almost broke my fucking heart, man. It broke my fucking heart that I had to work for a living because, you know, I was like, how come I couldn't be born into a rich family? How come I can't be a spoiled fucking brat like my other friends? They don't have, I mean, they get to go to college. They don't have to work. They're like, lucky them. Yep. So I wanted to escape. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to party. So I went to teach English in a foreign country. And I rode a scooter. And I had like 5 girlfriends. And I had a fucking dope life. And I never got serious until I hit 30. Yeah, that's a good idea.
and now you're here. You have a successful business. And you're just chilling in Vegas, just penthouse chilling.
But what it takes is more than a 9 to 5. It takes 7 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day. So if you double it up or triple it up, you don't have to retire at 60. You can retire in 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, this is actually this is a perfect comment to actually feed on that. This person goes, when my boss takes literally 20 to 30 vacations per year, spends $200 per day at the bar. I've been working for him for over a year, never gotten a raise, nothing. Well, here's something you don't really get. Because I saw my dad build a business up for years where his employees actually made more money than him. So this guy doing that, he didn't just go to the bar every day to get rich. That's not how it works. Like, people who party every day and smoke weed and drink alcohol every day, if they do that and try and become successful while they're doing that, that's impossible. That's impossible. The only reason you see older rich people drinking at their corporate fancy office is because they did the 10, 15 years of the bullshit, like what Chris said. So that's something to think about. She's not wrong. I get what she's saying, but also she's not looking at the other side of the coin because she's probably not asking him, hey, how long did you eat shit for before you were able to afford this lifestyle? Something to think about. That's all I'm saying. Maybe the guy's an asshole. He's a trust fund guy. I don't know. Fuck that dude. My bad. Anyways, this one kind of cracked me up, but also kind of rubs me the wrong way. Because being unemployed is the way to go. Today we are shamed for being lazy, but in a few years we will be praised for being pioneers and revolutionists. What? No, that's genius. I'm gonna leave that one at that. Hey, and when I see you on the side of the road and I'm walking by, if I try and hand you food and water and you tell me to fuck off, that's on you. All right, because I've had homeless people do that. Food isn't enough for these people anymore. Oh no. Don't get me started on that shit. All right, let's keep this party moving.
Is content creation.
So this one's kind of trippy. It's called the Great Big Tattoo Recession. So in other words, people can't even afford tattoos, not to mention tattoos are played out anyways.
Perfect.
But this is owning your own business is basically what this is summing up here, okay?
Is talking about a tattoo recession. As we all know, and maybe be affected by the fact that there is a cost of living crisis at the moment. That's obviously a big case for a lot of people. A lot of people need to prioritize their rent, mortgage, bills, food over fun things like tattoos, which then leads to less people getting tattooed. And then that has a knock-on effect to the people that create tattoos, the tattoo artists. Tattoo artists, for the most part, are self-employed. That means there is no businesses employing them. There is no businesses paying their wages. There is no sick pay. There is no holiday pay. As a self-employed person, your finances are up to you. So if you do not tattoo, you do not get paid.
My dad said it.
So, first of all, I also think that tattoos are a little over,
Here.
How many people could have a fucking koi fish on their fucking arm?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? It's kind of becoming not special. Just my opinion. I get it. Koi fish represents tranquility. I've heard it all. I understand. But this is what happens, though, when you do your own thing. Like, there's no boss to go bitch to. And that's the scary part, because I've failed enough times in my life. I've ate a lot of shit. And I've also worked for people. I get the frustration. I do. I get it. I'm still working for somebody. All hail Google. Anyways, it's just something to think about, though, because a lot of people want to own their own business, but it's 24/7, and it's hard to shut it off. That's just the truth. Anyways, this is about men don't want to get married anymore. Why would they?
Seems like young men don't want to get married anymore, and I wanted to ask the internet why that might be. Like, I definitely have ideas of why it might be, but I'd rather hear from real people. It's also interesting that it coincides with that statistic that's been thrown around a lot lately, which is that 40% of women of marriageable age are going to be single by the year 2030. And what's interesting is it's by choice. Like, we're all choosing not to do this anymore. And I know that for a lot of women, myself included, there's a lot of hesitancy because we've been hurt and we're afraid. So I'm curious, what is it from the male perspective?
Oh, that's really simple. We've been hurt and we're afraid. I'm just kidding. I'm not afraid. But I've been hurt, just like you ladies, just like all the dudes watching this who've had their heart ripped out of their chest, thrown on the ground, and say, die. Getting a little over dramatic. But here's another thing too. Think about it this way. At one point, we were programmed, we were talking about this movie called They Live earlier, where the guy finds these magic pair of sunglasses. When he puts the sunglasses on, he can see there's a family at the beach, you know, husband and wife and kids. So when he puts the sunglasses on, instead of just seeing that picture, it says reproduce, get married, you know, follow our rules. When he takes it off, it's just a picture of a family. That was back in the, you know, the 70s and 80s. Now we have shit like Sex in the City, which should just say, when you put the glasses on, stay single, ladies. Do you. Selfishness. In other words, it's hard to just do everything by your fucking self. Okay? It's hard to be a lone wolf and get shit done. Chris, you've done a lot of this stuff on your own. How difficult is it realistically to not have a team?
Look, you know, the reality is, you know, there's a lot of people promoting hate against men and women, and the reality is men need women and women need men, and we function better as a team. But the reason why these guys don't want to get married is because, you know, you girls have been sold a bad bill of goods. We don't need a man. I don't need a man. Some Beyonce ass shit. Oh, I can take care of myself. I go to work. You know what? Do you really want to go to work, or do you want to be taken care of by a man that actually loves you and wants to support you financially, wants to do all those things, wants to go out and make the money? I think the answer is the latter. I really do. You know, feminism fucked up the whole thing.
It really did. And
we need each other. Ladies, we need you. You need us. Let's just fucking admit it and get over the ego, all right?
Let's have sex.
Yeah, the fuck?
I want to have sex right now. No, I'm just kidding. But on the opposite side of the coin, men have also been sold the same bill of goods.
This is true.
We've been sold the same lie as all the women. And I'm starting to not know what's up or down anymore. Anyways, let's keep this party moving. This guy was great. There's plenty of people who have jobs and can hardly afford basic human needs anymore. Having a job is low-key pointless nowadays. That's awesome. Here's another one. Everyone is a doctor, lawyer, soldier, teacher, artist, content creator. What?
What?
I don't know why I put that one in there.
That's funny.
Anyways, let's keep it moving. We're gonna end on a positive note. Okay, this is an older gentleman, probably in his 70s, and this is something to really think about. Take home with you, or you're probably at the house right now. Anyways, you get what I'm saying.
Back in time, knowing what you know today, and give your younger self one piece of advice, what would you say to him?
I would want to encourage that guy to be more able and courageous to act on his gut feeling. That's something that I only discovered 40 years into my life. You know, what is this gut feeling that people talk about? It was as if it was a sound that was beyond my ability to hear. I was brought up in an environment where you did what you were told, you obeyed. That resulted me in getting into a relationship that I went too far in it. I wish I'd had more courage in myself, more confidence in my gut feeling. I never really had any major goal. I mean, apart from wanting to have a really good relationship, which I succeeded after a number of failures.
Do you regret that?
At times, I felt I should have had some goals, because then you can, you know, put your efforts at achieving it. Sort of think like, well, maybe if I had them, I might have actually achieved them.
I thought that was beautiful, man, because what he just said is a mass amount of people are feeling that. But it goes both ways. A lot of people are like, fuck it. I don't even want a job. I'll just be a bum. Like, no offense. You do you. I don't care. You want to go live in the bushes, live in a fucking Kia Sonata? I don't care. It's all good. I support you. I just don't want to support you via food stamps. No offense. Don't, do you. But a lot of, like, whatever you do want to go for, now's the time. Nothing makes sense anyways. I think that guy nailed it on the head. And we're going to end with this one here. This guy goes, corporations don't care about us as much as we literally make them out. Wait. Corporations don't care about us as much as we literally make them our entire lives. That's good. Don't work for them. But also, don't just talk your shit and then go buy Amazon and have them deliver Amazon to your door and go to Starbucks and then go to Dunkin' Donuts after. So, because if you're going to support all the big businesses and the big corporations, you're still supporting them, whether you work for them or buy from them. So make sure if you're talking that shit, you're going to support some family businesses. Just saying. Anyways, this guy goes, I'm a millennial working a corporate gig in a senior director level position with direct reports making $160K a year. Pretty good money. He goes, and I can tell you that it is worse than it's ever been. The level of toxicity is insane. He made the decision last year that he's done trying to climb the corporate ladder. The toll it takes on both physically and mentally is insane. I was recently tapped on the shoulder for a vice president position, making $200K, and passed on it. Good for you. And actually looking for a lower cross-functional manager position. I am done with this shit. So done. And I think a lot of people are over it, man. Honestly, I'm sitting here talking to you on the internet, making a living. And it's a lot of work. I had to fly out to Vegas to do this, to do some work. And how many people are gonna be willing to travel and be willing to go many, many extra miles to get shit done? So it kind of goes both ways. It's like the people who wanna like get rich and why is my boss getting this and all this stuff? Like, I get it, but are you willing to do what that guy did to be able to fuck off and have fun? Most people won't. I don't know, Chris, we're gonna end on this note. Chris, where do you see the next 5 years, the next 5 to 10 years going? And I want you guys to chime in on this too. What do you think is gonna happen the next 5 to 10 years with this big business and 9-to-5 jobs and, you know, people trying to work for themselves? You think small business is gonna come back? Or do you think people are just gonna literally say, fuck it, and there's just gonna be a mass amount of people living in their cars and being homeless?
So I think you're definitely onto something, man. I think that people are already saying fuck it, but what they need to do on top of that, on top of saying fuck it, is start their own business. Because as an American employee, as an American citizen, as an employee, you are screwed in this country. You're fucking screwed. There's no way to build wealth. I think everyone should probably try to quit their job now and start their own business, because they're going to replace your jobs with AI and robots anyway. Mm-hmm. Besides, the powers that be, there's a few big companies that already decided that things are going to be bad until the end of 2025. So do not expect anything to get any better until after 2025. You should all just, do what you were going to do. Quit your job, but start your own business. Learn how to build your own business now before it's too late. That's what I would recommend.
Or you keep your fucking job and you start your business.
Yep.
Because guess what? You will need money.
100%.
I promise you, Section 8 just isn't handed out. I tried it. If you look anything like me, you are not getting free housing from the government. I guarantee you that. White privilege, baby. Anyways, hell of a talk. This is my boy Chris. Check out his page, Goldfinger Official. Is it Goldfinger Official?
That's Goldfinger Classified.
Goldfinger Classified. My bad. But this is the homie. He's a wise man. He's learned the hard way, just like all of you will. God, this was a solid talk. I'm getting hot as fuck in this $60 jacket. Good
Thank
talk,
you, Jack.
man. No problem. Thanks for coming on, man. This was fun.
Hell yeah.
It was a good time.
You think it was okay, bro?
Oh, we did great.
Oh, yeah?